Hey everybody, welcome back. As always, this is Eric Brown, your Beverly Hills real estate agent, bringing you the best of LA, where we share cool local businesses that you maybe have or have not heard of that can provide really great and cool services for you. And I've got a special treat today, one that's really unique here to the local Los Angeles market. And it's my friend Katherine of KJ Interpretive. Katherine, it's great to see you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So I always love to begin. My very first question is, what got you into the interpreting business? And can you tell us a little bit about you and KJ Interpreting?
Absolutely. I have a strong passion for communication. Very grateful for that gift alone. I majored in communications in college and always found a passion for helping others bridge the gap of communication and being able to convey their message and have it come across as clear as possible.
I love it. And so, what type of either businesses or individuals will typically call you and inquire about service? Who do you help?
I basically help anybody that's interested in fine tuning their English or Spanish or both. And I help those that are trying to build confidence with obtaining a better command of either language. I also help in regards to teaching the language, tutoring. And I also work with people that are interested in having documents translated. Anything having to do with legal translation, could be a website. It just depends on the individual. All my services are catered. And I also interpret. I do it like we're doing now, virtually and selectively on a site. And I've done it for doctors, I've done it for patients, I've done it for those that are in the immigration process onto becoming US citizens.
Sure. So let's maybe, just for the sake of discussion, dive into those three pieces a little bit. And if I got it correct, you said interpreting, translating, and educating.
Yes.
Okay, so in whatever order or segue you want to go, let's dive into those pieces a little bit and what people might be interested in.
Yes. So basically, those that are in need of tapping into the Hispanic community, reaching out in regards to enlarging their small business profits, if you will. I work a lot with people that are interested in increasing their revenue. So they want to tap into a larger community so that they can make those quality connections and consistency with increasing their revenue. And I basically also work with anyone that is interested in being able to build those quality connections, quality cross network, and learn more of whatever language that is, whether it be English or Spanish. In my case, that's my forte, in regards to having them feel more comfortable with engaging with exactly who they want to connect with.
That makes sense. And so, what year did your business start?
Officially 2021.
Oh, okay. So great. I love the new entrepreneurial spirit.
Thanks.
So prior to that, what were you doing?
Prior to that, I was interpreting. I was also teaching and tutoring and translating, but I'm also an esthetician. So I was doing a lot of work having to do with skincare
Yeah,
and translating and interpreting work for that field as well.
sure, that makes sense. So having been in the interpreting, translating field, either for yourself or for others now for a little bit of time, out of curiosity, what have you seen, if anything, has changed? Like we've had such an evolving world, not only becoming, at least for me, what I feel like is a global world that's getting smaller. Like there's just more connectivity with the information age, which our ability to travel. And then we've also had big global things like a pandemic or an evolving world, et cetera. So it's a long-winded way of asking, what type of things have you seen that have changed?
Well, I believe that nothing negative happens without a positive. So I really feel that we are now working smarter versus harder. So I've noticed that we are, with the gift of an opportunity to be more selective. I used to do a lot more on the spot interpreting work, and now I've definitely been able to minimize a great deal of that and work from home because it's just something that we have definitely discovered is an avenue that we haven't really tapped into and that now is much more productive.
Yeah, that makes sense. And with your three processes, your three different types of services that you provide, can you walk us through what it's like if there's a prospect that connects with you and they say, I have a need for X,
Yes.
Y, Z of the services? What does that look like for them? What does the steps involve?
Of course. Well, let's start with translation. Basically, a lot of times I don't even meet the person. They just send me the document via email per the instructions that I have on my website. And we reach an accord in regards to the sum that the project will definitely cost. And then they send me the payment via Zelle or their choice of a credit card link. And the assignment is returned to them via email, the way that they sent it to me on the day that they decided to have the project or before, because I'm very big on providing peace of mind and having everyone have their assignments ready to go. That's for the translation. Then interpreting, basically what we do is the same thing. We go ahead and get in contact and find out where it is that we need to meet, how it is that we need to meet, whether it be via Zoom, on site, and everything is prepaid in advance in order to have the person feel completely, at peace and knowing that they don't have to worry about anything after the services are rendered. So just in case there's a cancellation or anything like that, not to worry, we credit that towards a future service. And then in regards to education, which consists of teaching and tutoring, I basically go ahead and have a set of sessions for the person, anywhere from 10 to 24. And we basically work together on fully committing to work as a team in regards for the person's tailored sessions to have them reach the goals that they're looking to reach in regards to obtaining a better command of either language. And if they decide to sign up again, continue the sessions, magnificent. If not, that's absolutely fine because they have obtained enough resources that I've provided them with to continue on, whether it be with someone else or on their own.
That's great. And from a payment standpoint, you had mentioned like some of it could be project-based. Is it hourly? Is it ongoing? Do you develop a project with a length of time or a term? How does that work?
Thank you for asking. Yes, it is hourly. For example, if I am doing interpreting work, we allot a good 2 hours for those assignments. If it is virtual, not on site, it's an hour that we allot time for. So again, if it's in person on site, it's automatically 2 hours. If it's virtually, it's 1 hour. And then in regards to teaching and tutoring, we definitely work on an hourly basis. And then in regards again to the translation work, it's just a matter of me looking at the document that I've received via email in order for me to calculate the amount of hours that's going to go into that particular project in order to come up with the sum and quote for the client.
Gotcha. Okay, that's great. There's an old saying, inquiring minds want to know. And so what are the things, as you've worked with your clientele over the past couple of years, what are you finding are the most common either questions, concerns, challenges, the things that pop up that people that are watching this today would really love to know?
Certainly. I'm going to say mainly when it gets to the education aspect of my business, because people tend to want to learn overnight. And it's just unrealistic, but it just depends on what the individual is interested in. Let's say maybe the individual is going to Spain in a month. Then we have to focus on that particular type of Spanish and provide the individual with those resources and cater everything in accordance to the lifestyle, what they're going to do, so that we can simplify it and again have the client most definitely achieve the goal that they were looking for in the most realistic way possible in a decent amount of time.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I will pop up all of your contact information here in case people have questions or they would like to get in touch with you.
Thanks.
Is there any last nugget that you can think is important for someone to know in the world of interpreting, translating, or education, something that would be a great leave behind?
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than people realize. Much time is invested in regards to a professional that is definitely interested in having the client feel comfortable and confident with the project that's about to be rendered. So just know that for interpreting, we must know in advance the material that's going to be delivered, because we want to make sure that we have the terminology in order to most definitely convey the message as clear as possible to everyone. And then when it gets to translation, there's a lot of vocabulary involved. And we want to make sure that we have all of the exact literal information that is going to be translated. I often get documents where not 100% of it needs to be translated. So we don't want to overcharge anybody. Let's have the exact information that's going to be translated. And in regards to education pertaining to teaching and tutoring, a lot goes into each session preparation because, again, the sessions are tailored. And that is the best type of one-on-one undivided attention one could acquire in order to really reach one's learning goals, whatever the subject may be. So just know that there is definite time invested in regards to planning each session. As short as it may seem, mine are usually an hour, but I usually put in double the amount in regards to preparing each session.
Sure, that's great. Yeah, all the things that happen in the background of a business, it's when you look at a real professional, folks, you know that the hundreds of hours that they put in the background will lead up to the hour or 2 hours or a week or a month of a service that you're able to utilize. And so hopefully you're able to tell, as am I, of Katherine's experience level. And the beauty of us talking a little bit about technology today is, even though I have a tendency to focus these businesses on local LA, which I'm sure is a phenomenal market in the interpreting world, because of the fact that LA is such a melting pot. There's just so many different cultures and ethnicities and religions. And it's one of the things that I love most about LA. But with technology, your services could literally be global.
That's right. That's the beauty of that. Thank you for bringing that up. I am international, so I like it all. I do my very best to learn a word here and there other than just Spanish and English. I like to be able to make those quality connections with others and have them feel comfortable. My parents are from Costa Rica, which is in Central America. And fortunately, that's a very neutral type of Spanish. So when I work with clients, I also let them know that, in the Spanish-speaking world, there is a very diverse type of Spanish spoken in, for example, the motherland, Spain, Cuba, Ecuador. So we want to make sure that we have the right Spanish that we need to actually learn depending on our goals that we're trying to reach. And I, like you, am very, very grateful, Eric, to be from California, being that there's a plethora of abundance and culture richness. And I couldn't be anywhere else, to be quite frank. I'm very, very satisfied, happy, and grateful to be from California and for this opportunity to express that.
Thanks for jumping on. And for all of those of you that are watching, if you ever have a question or a need regarding interpreting or translating, or want to learn some additional Spanish or start from brand new, Katherine is going to be an excellent resource to be able to connect with. So again, I'm going to have all of her contact information here. I say this often, but a phone call is free. A missed opportunity is not. So if there's a personal or a professional need, please do connect with Katherine. Katherine, thanks so much for being on today.
Thank you, Eric. It was an absolute pleasure and honor. Thank you.
Me as well. As everyone always, this is Eric Brown, your Beverly Hills real estate agent, bringing you the best of LA. Like Katherine, other businesses, we have a series of videos and interviews that we can share with you. Until the next time, this is Eric Brown, signing off.
Adios.